Welcome to the Stiff Arm. I'm still Ron Mexico. Tonight on your Stiff Arm, we're going to talk about a couple of things. NFL Week 3 of the preseason. We just had a big game here in Orlando. We were the big to-do on the NBC Thursday night. So I'll talk about my shitty Dolphins. Hard Knocks. Anyone watching this shit? I really haven't heard much about it on various sports outlets that I read my information on, my sources that shall remain nameless, but haven't heard much about it. So I'll give that a gander and give you my thoughts and views on that shit, which is pretty much the same thing, isn't it? What else we got? Season predictions. Like to get in a little bit of that too. We'll start with, I don't know, flip a coin. AFC or NFC. You got to stay in tune to figure out which one I'm going to talk about. But it'll be one of the two. You got a 50-50 chance of guessing right. And lastly, listen, scandal and sex sells papers, right? So last week I had to go for a doctor's appointment, and I was talking to the receptionist, and she asked me just out of the blue. She goes, "What do you think of all this?" I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" "About this swimmer." I said, "Oh, him?" I said, "Well, I guess boys will be boys." I said, I didn't know what the whole story was. I just knew that he said they got robbed and had like this very like California kind of like surfer-ish attitude about like, whatever, man. I'm like, okay, what the fuck? All right, whatever. I just chalked it up like everyone else thinking, Brazil's a violent place. It's possible. Well, this fucking asshole makes the whole thing up because he and his buddies got all fucked up on whatever it is they got all fucked up on. Apparently there were, from what I heard, some women of ill repute or, as I like to call them, working moms, that were involved with them, and then they trashed the bathroom. So in other words, they were being fucking spoiled brats. Listen, I totally get wanting to raise some hell and cut loose and want to go fuck something, but Jesus Christ, man, there's way smarter ways, dude, about being fucking covert about what you're doing. Take a page out of fucking Black Ops. I mean, I don't understand athletes who... I understand why they go do the things they go do, because they've been fucking coddled their entire lives and allowed to get away with this shit. So they've been enabled. That's their excuse. However, you have all this fucking money, and don't tell me these swimmers don't have any money because a bunch of people just dropped this asshole. But all this, you fuckers couldn't scrape together a couple of bills and found whatever the fucking Four Seasons is of Rio and just fucking partied there and just imported the shit in. And cry me a fucking river of, oh, it's not fair, I can't go out in public. Tough fucking shit. You're set for fucking life. I'll trade places with you right now, asshole. You want to switch? Come on down and fucking change it up, man. You're just fucking, all I could say is you're dopey, and whatever's coming your way, hey man, you shit in your bed, rolling it, and enjoy. Anyway, speaking of enjoyment, we'll take a quick break here, and we'll come up with, we'll just surprise you on what the next segment is on your Stiff Arm. So, last night here in Orlando, we had our first NFL preseason game in almost 20 years. Last time, it was the Dolphins against the Atlanta Falcons. The Dolphins were playing here in town because their stadium, the Hard Rock, Joe Robbie, wasn't ready yet. So they still need some more time putting up more shit and I guess sticking in clubs and hopefully that smoking room I told you to put in last week. But out of all the teams, and the game was played here in Orlando and is played in what I still call the Citrus Bowl, even though television kept calling it Camping World Stadium. I haven't seen a new stadium go up near the Citrus Bowl, so I don't know where they're talking about this place. But I have a real issue with corporate names on stadiums. I just don't like it. It just seems, like you've sold out to the man. And I understand why you sold out to the man. I mean, $250 million, I might make me change my tune as well. But, there's only 6 teams left in the NFL that have names associated with the team or part of their legacy. Green Bay is still Lambeau Field. The Bears still play in Soldier Field. The Falcons, believe it or not, still have their place called the Georgia Dome. The Rams now play in the LA Coliseum. Bengals play in Paul Brown Stadium. And the Kansas City Chiefs still play in Arrowhead. But other than that, the other 26... they're all indentured servants to some sort of corporate sponsor. Announcers, easy on comparing Tannehill to Peyton Manning. Let's not start sucking each other's dicks just yet. Just because this guy's coaching him doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be fucking Peyton Manning. And they did their best last night to sell me and try to hook me and get me to go, oh, he's changed. And they showed signs of improvement. They definitely showed that they're listening to me. Still having an issue scoring points. I mean, you're controlling the clock, which is something I like. I like a team that can wear another team down, but you guys got to put up some points. I mean, we can't keep settling for this field goal bullshit. I mean, at some point, that shit's got to end. But, I mean, you look good. You were able to move the ball. Defense was putting some pressure on, was getting after some people. Looked great. But again, guys, remember, week 3 of the preseason. We're 2 weeks away from having to go to Seattle. And that's where we may or may not see some bed shitting. Hopefully they're not wearing white pants like they did today, because those stains will show up really well. And speaking of white pants, hopefully for those of you that like Spot the Willie, this was an ideal game for you. Plenty of cocks all over the place. And not just Brian Cox, who was a former Dolphin, who made an appearance during the game. Brian was a fucking great player for the Dolphins, never afraid to speak his mind, and definitely let the people of Buffalo know how he felt and how he thought they were number one as well. You did good, Dolphins. I don't want to completely shit all over you and be one of those fucking dickheads. I mean, goddamn, and they can't dig a ditch deep enough to satisfy me, Miami Dolphins. But you know what? This wasn't bad. If you can continue to do this every single game, I might change my tune and stop being Randy Quaid in Major League 2. Keep up the good work, Dolphins. Not bad. Welcome back to the Stiff Arm with Ron Mexico. So earlier in the show, I told you to take a guess. Is it AFC or NFC? I mean, which way you leaning, Ron? You're wearing red. Does that mean you're going to talk AFC? Or you're just fucking with us to make us think you're not going to talk AFC? You might talk NFC. What's your guess? That's right. It's the NFC. See? There you go. I felt like I was just doing an episode of Blue's Clues there. That's right. Our notebook. Fucking shit. That's why kids are fucked up. So, season predictions. You got 4 divisions in case you hadn't figured this shit out. Northeast, South, and West. Hey, just like a fucking compass. Let's talk NFC East first. What's my spider sense telling me? I think Dallas goes back on top. Washington, my gut's telling me, I think this Josh Norman signing thing is going to wind up biting you in the ass. I think he's a little bit more than what you guys wanted, especially now that he's going to face Beckham twice a year. Oh boy, here you fucking go. Giants, I was giving you a strong consideration of possibly taking the division. I had picked you guys last year, but this year, you know what? I just don't know with you guys. You're just, very, very inconsistent, very sputtering. I don't get it. I feel like Dallas is just got Jerry Jones has got way too much ego and pride to let that team, let that one season they had where, they ran the ball with Murray and then the next year they looked like stir-fried shit. I think he wants to atone for that. And, I just think with this quarterback's pretty exciting. He's done very, very well. And there's not a lot of tape on him. So defenses don't know how to defend him just yet. So Dallas, you might have a shot. Eagles, you got a lot of rebuilding to do, man. So Eagle players, keep your helmets on and stay low. Watch out for the batteries. NFC North. Last year, Vikings won this division, 11-5. Solid defense. Teddy Bridgewater, ridiculous name, but he didn't do too bad. However, I'm not taking you Vikings. I don't think you can do it 2 years in a row. I think Green Bay is good and pissed off, and especially because Aaron Rodgers' brother's been running his mouth on The Bachelor, so Aaron's got something to prove. He's got to shut his little fucking brother up. But I'm taking Packers for that one. Vikings second, Lions. Come on, it's Detroit, and the Bears. You still got the cutlet back there at quarterback. The South: Panthers, Falcons, Bucks, Saints. As much as I keep saying the Panthers are at some point they're going to fall and the bullies are going to get knocked off the block, that division is just a complete shit show. They all keep wanting to suck Tampa Bay's dick and say Jameis Winston is this and that and blah blah blah. Again, it's his second season coming up. Historically, or is it his third season? No, it's his second season. You know what? Second season quarterbacks usually fucking regress. They usually suck because you know why? Tape on them. I'm not buying on the Bucks fake fucking boat wagon. The Saints, you got Breeze back there, but I don't know who the hell even else is even playing. I think they still have Earl Campbell, but it's Breeze and I don't know what else is left. And then the Falcons, you know what? Maybe. That's my guess. And maybe that's all I could say. It's because you know what? You just heard my other points about the other two. What do the Bucks and Saints have? Nothing. You know, strip clubs in Bourbon Street. Atlanta's the only one who might have a shot, but you did lose to my fucking Dolphins last night. And lastly, how the West will be won? Well, Cardinals, Seahawks, 49ers, Rams. Cardinals, you know, I think Bruce Arians is just going to continue building on what he's got if he doesn't fucking stroke out or whatever his medical conditions are. The Seahawks, again, I think your time's done. I think you'll definitely contend. You'll be in the playoffs, but I don't know, man. Russell Wilson's getting him some pussy now. That might fuck him up. And the 49ers got a lot of shit to figure out. And lastly, the Rams, welcome home, guys. More stiff arm coming up. And finally tonight on the Stiff Arm with Ron Mexico, I review The Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks is a football series on HBO, for those of you that are living under a fucking rock, that they occupy a particular team's NFL camp for 4 or 5 weeks, and they just document. It's a reality show, and it shows how, you know, some rookies and how veterans and coaches and everything, and it's completely uncensored, and it's pretty cool. It's what I always wanted to see NFL films really to be, not the all where everything it's kept clean and family friendly. No, man, this is a dirty business. This is fucking football. Been on since 2001. A lot of teams, or most teams, I'd say a lot, but most teams are very reluctant to go on Hard Knocks because why would you want to go on there? It kind of gives the other clubs a peek of what you guys do because the show is shot every single week, and that episode usually, like the episode you watch this week is everything that happened the week prior. So it kind of gives other teams a peek into what you're doing. What's interesting is out of the 12 seasons of Hard Knocks it's been on, only 5 teams had decent seasons after being on them. None of them ever won a Super Bowl, but the only one that got close, well, was Baltimore. They were the defending Super Bowl champ, and they were the first team they showed on Hard Knocks. But Dallas has been on there twice. Jacksonville made it one fucking year. Kansas City, Cincinnati's been on twice. The Jets, the Dolphins, Falcons, and last year was Houston. But the NFL now is kind of strong-arming teams into doing Hard Knocks because if they want to host a Super Bowl, their team needs to be must bend the knee, so to speak, and bow to what Goodell's wishes are, in addition to forfeiting a home game to London. Yeah, so that's how the Rams got the Super Bowl in 2019. New stadium, gave up a home game in St. Louis, so they got that out of the way with LA, and now they're on the Hard Knocks. So guess what? Super Bowl 55, it's LA's. But it's a good show. It's kind of the same formula season after season. You know, they focus on particular rookies and veterans. The coaches, I feel, are the best part of it because, I mean, these guys, I mean, just to see how much they lose their fucking stack and you wonder why coaches look like shit. It's just the fucking amount of stress they go under. And there's this one particular guy they got, his defensive line coach, his name is Mike Waffle, and he's fucking awesome. He's a former Marine, and he's just a ruthless, he's beautiful, man. Just beautiful. He just lets the word fuck fly. Matter of fact, everyone on that coaching staff lets the fucking word fuck fly. It's great. It's like watching TSAwRM nonstop. It's awesome. But in one particular instance was in the 3rd episode, there's a scene where this Westbrooks, who's this defensive line, he's a rookie trying to make the team, and the Chiefs cut blocked him, which means one guy hit him low and another guy hit him high and fucked his leg up really bad. And he comes on the field and he's fucking screaming at the defensive tackle from the Chiefs, telling him he's a fucking asshole and that he sucks. I'm like, this is fucking great. This is great. I mean, I was just like laughing. It's just like everything we try to preach to kids about, oh, it's sportsmanship. Bull fucking shit. This is professional sports and this is for money. All that shit goes out the fucking window, so fuck that shit. But, oh my God, what a good show. So if you give yourself a chance, check out the fucking Hard Knocks, man. It's highly entertaining. It's listen, it beats the end of the fucking this reality show bullshit out there. That's fucking ridiculous. The one thing I do have to say is Jeff Fisher. I mean, I can't figure out. My buddy Greg Hull said Fisher, when he was younger, he looked like the manager of a Walmart, and he did. Now he kind of looks like he should be like like some sort of fishing, like a charter boat captain out of like the Keys. You know, that has I don't know, his boat's called Fish Lips or something like that. But yeah, he just, I don't know what's up with Fisher, man. But he looks like that, or he should be, you know, managing maybe a Bass Pro Shop now with those wraparounds he's always wearing. But at any rate, thanks for tuning into this week's Stiff Arm. This is Ron Mexico saying, what should Ron Mexico say this week? Beats the fuck out of me, but send me some new shit. Later, folks.